else is watching.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's New Mom Monday. It is the Mom Panel, and we are answering your burning questions. Right, ladies?
I mean, maybe. We'll think about it.
I've got like a
She won't
page and a
tell
half
us.
list. No.
She won't tell us what she's asking.
And we were starting to talk before the show, and I made you stop
Yeah.
because I wanted to save it for all y'all to pay attention to. So, who do we have here? It's Fancy Nancy and Bree.
Hi.
Kim.
Hi.
Right. Do you guys have any like introductions or just
We're
hi?
hi.
Okay, well,
You're
Nance
high?
has 3 kids. Nance has 3 kids for those just joining in.
Yes.
I've got 3 kids, teenagers and infants. You've got teenagers, 2 of
School
them.
age.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Yep,
we
13,
determined yours
15.
are school age. That's what we're going to call them.
School age.
5 and
School age.
7.
Yes.
Right, boy and a
5
girl.
7, boy and a girl.
Got everywhere from 8 months to 14 years.
Right. So the goal of the show is just to give you some practical tips and real life, real mom talk.
I thought the goal is to make them laugh.
And make you laugh. That's Bree's job. Right?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Huh?
Huh? We'll see. Hopefully
Make
there
us
aren't
laugh.
hopefully there aren't too many like these 3. Hopefully there aren't too many inside jokes with you people
Yeah, well,
Never.
that we'll get. So, we're going to start with an easy question. Kim, I think you said you could tackle this one. Easter is this weekend. And there's Easter egg hunts every weekend for the last like 3 weeks, and the little plastic eggs are full of candy and junk food. So, what do you do?
Am I
This
taking
is
this
where
one?
you say, excellent question, Nancy.
This is not where you say that. Honestly, what I do, I mean, we have discussions with our kids all the times about healthy foods versus non-healthy foods, chemicals as they call it versus foods without chemicals.
That's what the kids say?
Yeah, my kids,
That's awesome.
like we were at Costco and there was a lady picking for the wrong type of strawberries because they weren't organic, and my son happened to say out loud, "Those are filled with chemicals. Why are you eating those?" And I went, "I am so sorry." Sorry,
I'm mad, but I'm
she
not
was
sorry.
fine with it.
Sorry,
She
not
completely understood. So as far as candy goes, I think a lot of it is education, number 1. But number 2, I let my kids do the Easter egg hunts. I let them do all that stuff, and we trade in candy at home. Like, there are other options out there. We don't obviously give them as much candy as you get when you're trick-or-treating
Right.
or doing these egg hunts. Or, I mean, the amount of candy these kids bring home, even from school and stuff like that, is
crazy.
ridiculous. But we've also decided whatever you bring home, we will trade you with, either in toys or like my daughter's really into crafts, so like a notebook and a pencil or something like that. But we found some good, clean, organic candy that, I mean, it's still got the sugar in it, but they also they get 1 piece per probably 17 that they bring home, you know.
They're not eating it for meals.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah.
how we handle it in our household. You know, I always make sure that everything is a trade-off, because in order for them to learn good, healthy habits, they have to get they're still kids. They
Right.
want something in return.
Yeah,
I don't want to
yeah.
watch all these people around me eating donuts and not get a
Right.
donut,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So, you know,
Yeah.
we try to make it as seamless as we can for them without them feeling like they're missing out, because like I said, they're still kids.
Yeah.
And so my kids, we make it very clear, even at school, same thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Sid comes home and,
Birthday treats and things
Mom,
like that.
you
just have
wouldn't
substitutes.
believe what these kids at school eat. I was like, well, you're not like trading anything. I know how that works. You know, in school, you're always trading food. And no, because
Yeah, it doesn't.
we educate our kids and we talk about it all the time. So that's our house.
Renee, you
Yeah.
said that you found some stuff at Target even.
Yeah,
Like
for
it's
sure.
so much more accessible now than it probably was.
Yeah. Jeremy
Back
and
in
I
the
were
day.
there,
Back in
and
the day.
we were talking like once upon a time when we first like got into this world. I'm like, I'm gonna make all the kids candies. I went out and got the bunny molds and made
Oh,
like
like
all
from
the
scratch?
Oh,
Oh, I
from
did
scratch.
too.
I made the nest with the organic jelly
gonna happen.
beans. And we were talking at Target about how I used to be such a great mom, and now I just buy it.
Good mom. Can we just say for 2 seconds?
Yeah.
Yes.
Just
yes.
because you're not the
Yeah.
Pinterest mom,
Right.
there's options out there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and more than ever.
I used
like
to be a
this stuff
Pinterest
was not
mom,
around.
and then I had more
frankly.
than 1 kid.
Right? Isn't that what happens? I know I was
Mm-hmm.
the same way. I look back at my Time Hop pictures, and there's pictures of me like making all sorts of fancy desserts and recipes, and I'm like,
I made
what was
my
I
own
doing
baby
with
food.
my time? Really?
I like made all of my kids' baby food all the time, and then they came out with organic baby food, and then they came. It's
Right.
like
Yep.
it's so accessible now that you almost. I mean, it's pretty hard not to. You can't really say that it's too hard to follow, because there's
Yeah.
an alternative for everything right now.
So kind of along those lines, where can you go out to eat?
Oh, that's a
Can
tough
you go
one
out to
for
eat,
us.
or do you just need to avoid it completely? Bree?
Depends.
That's one of the questions on my.
We don't have a
on my
ton of
sheet.
options here in Green Bay. Obviously, we have viewers from everywhere.
Right.
But gosh, there's things like True Food Kitchen and Freshie, and
Yeah.
there's all kinds of restaurants popping up, especially in larger cities.
First Watch is one of my favorites.
So First Watch,
Yeah.
We've got Greenwich Cafe now here in Green Bay. Excuse me. There's lots of options, Kavarna, different things, but we still have lives. We still have large families. We still go to eat. I mean, I'm gonna say it, but we'll go somewhere, and it's not the perfect menu. So my kids will grab a chicken breast, or a hamburger no bun, or whatever that might.
So there's still
consist
ways
of.
around it that you guys find if you are going out to eat or traveling or something.
I think,
that makes sense.
honestly, I think we put too much pressure on ourselves to be perfect. Make it work. You know what I mean? You can't. There's a lot of times where it's not in your control to be able to decipher, you're going out to dinner for a family thing. You do that a lot with family and stuff. You know what I mean? And
family.
you're that one, and you're like, what I do is I go in and I'm just like, we'll just pick the easiest, whatever's an easy option, and just kind of, like you said, eliminate the bun, eliminate things just to make it,
or
a
eat
little
the
bit.
veggies instead of the chips.
Yeah, just to
or
make it less
whatever.
stressful, but don't get down on yourself. Well,
Mexican was always the easiest for us because you can layer stuff in and layer stuff out. So you could do the chicken and the veg, and generally gluten-free if you stick with like the corn stuff.
shells,
and-
yeah.
yeah, agreed.
Yeah, we're not perfect.
No,
I think sometimes we put this
Close.
persona on, behind our Instagram pictures. Why
Right.
are you laughing at me?
I'm laughing at your Instagram because it's not perfect. Not your Instagram feed, but that she posted a video just before we started that I was.
Yeah.
It's just funny. It's fun. It's real. It's showing what we do, and it's just how we live. It's not all polished and edited in Lightroom. It's not all
Yeah,
fancy.
it's definitely not easy, but it's worth it.
yeah.
Kind of
So-
like everything in life. Parenting, cooking, life. It's not easy, but it's worth it.
It's not easy,
Life.
but it's worth it.
Life is not
There's
easy,
a model
but it's
for ya.
Life here is fun.
Quote that. Quote that for Bree. Well, before we get any further, I do want to just make mention that Dr. Patrick wants us to call this the good view, because we are going to be calling this just a mom panel for now, but it's the good view. We're sitting around a table and it's good ladies talking about real life. We're not making this picture
She's
perfect.
so sweet. We're hot.
Wait, what?
You can put it that
got
way
it.
too.
We got it.
There's the blushing.
There's the blushing.
One time.
I said if they can get me
Blush
to
count.
blush by the end of the show,
Where's
it's
the
not
tally
gonna be,
mark?
It's not going to be very hard. And I'm waiting for one of them to slip up, and I'm ready for my beeping sensor.
I think we have it under control.
we're doing good.
I
You're
feel like
doing
we
good.
are being fantastic.
We are being very
individuals
Well,
Tuesday.
let's switch gears into remedies for diaper rash.
Let's talk about that.
Bree, why don't you take that one? Kim answered the Easter question.
Well,
And you have a baby.
I want to talk about, but then I remember your story when Sid was little, not knowing the food allergies. But
was
my favorite, which we've said on the show before, we don't deal a ton of diaper rash with the boys versus Bella. I think because we're using the non-chemical diapers. I think that has a
Right.
lot to do with it. We're also strictly breastfeeding, so I'm not putting different things in her that's causing reaction. Sorry, in them. In the boys, like I
Pretty
did with Bella. Yes.
Right.
So we don't have it often, but when we do, there's definitely natural diaper rash creams. There's definitely breast milk, bath, letting it air out. Again, I don't deal with it a lot. We do use the Honest diapers. I don't cloth diaper. We've talked about that before on the shows. But coconut oil, all kinds of different CBD I've used before.
CBD.
Yeah.
I would never think of that.
So put that on everything.
Yeah.
It's the new Frank's.
Right?
Frank's hot sauce.
Hot sauce. Put it on everything?
Nope.
No.
I think I'm too young for that. No, I don't know that. I don't know what
On the
that
back of the Frank's bottle, it says, "It's awesome. I put that on everything."
is. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Gosh, you wouldn't want to put that on everything.
CBD? Oh yeah.
Or hot sauce.
Don't use hot sauce for your diaper rash.
No.
That's the
I
thing.
just
Definitely
Yeah,
put that
don't
one
do that.
out
What
there.
do
Don't
you
do
use
that.
for
Don't do
diaper
that.
rash?
So,
For Jason?
my, isn't that called Ben Gay or something? Just kidding, Jason. So my daughter is 7.
Nobody heard your comment, Bree.
There's a reason. My daughter is 7, and when Sid was
Is it
born,
hot back here?
when Sid was born, I was pretty new to the wellness way. I was pretty sick mommy, made a sick baby. But Sid had issues with diaper rash. And I was told coconut oil was like the fix-all, right? So I just kept lathering her up. And then I noticed it getting worse and worse and worse. And I figured, well, maybe I'm not putting enough on. So we did it 3-4 times a day to the point where her butt was raw. And almost leaving blood in her diaper. It was that bad. But again, at that time, I was pretty new to this. So as far as food allergy testing and stuff like that, I didn't know. And coconut oil, it's good. It's healthy, right? So just keep putting it on. Right. I mean, I completely screwed up. I couldn't believe. I think about it now. And I think I just kept adding more and more and more
thinking
to
that
it.
It'll just take time.
More is better. More is better.
Like I'm not doing this right. You know, you just put a little more on, it'll be fine. But she had a massive reaction to, and funny thing is, she had a reaction to coconut oil topically. Orally, I had added coconut oil to like her bottles and stuff, and it didn't seem to be bothering her much. She wasn't getting
didn't seem you knew that it was really causing,
which was probably also adding to the diaper rash that I was putting coconut oil on topically. So it just, I think both of them in the same. But again, you know, I got down on myself for a really long time about that. But if you don't know, you just, you know, and that's the thing. If you don't have the education and you're not doing the research and you don't know about food allergy testing, which is huge, you have no idea. So you just keep putting it on.
Right. Just assuming it's going to take time.
Yep. And we finally took it away, and her butt cleared up probably within days.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you tested her. How old was she?
Sid was 1.5 years when I first tested her.
Okay.
1.5 years.
So you tested her and found out she was allergic. And
yep. She was really young. Yeah, she was pretty young, but we couldn't figure out what was going on with her. So, yeah, lo and behold, coconut oil was a big no-no for her.
So have you retested with her?
So
over the years now?
Yeah.
'Cause she's older.
Yeah, coconut oil doesn't bother her anymore at all. Obviously, we fixed her tummy, and so.
Well, we did many uses for breast milk. Do you have a many uses for coconut oil conversation? No?
Many uses.
I figured
So
you might
many.
want to open up
all the uses.
the can of worms
Many
of
uses.
coconut oil.
Yeah, Bree, why don't you open that
Bree,
up?
go ahead. Bree, do you have anything to add?
Cooking.
About coconut? Cooking.
Baking.
I mean, as long as you're not allergic to it. You're allergic to coconut oil.
I
To
am.
coconut, I should say.
To
'cause it's
coconut.
not-
We say coconut
Yeah.
oil, but yeah, I am
Because you
allergic.
don't eat coconut.
Will you eat coconut?
I guess it's in a lot of dairy-free stuff.
It's
Yeah,
in
it
a lot
is.
of gluten-free stuff, and it's in a lot of like the paleo, like premixes
Well, it's healthy.
and stuff
It's a
like
healthy
that.
fat,
Right.
you
It's a
know,
good
and we're
fat.
trying to get more of that in. You're gonna make me tell the story, aren't you?
I was trying.
She's trying.
I feel like you should
She's
tell
trying.
the story because if you think about it, though, if you are allergic to it and don't know it, it could cause issues. So,
You gotta help these moms.
yeah, all the moms want to know.
All
Okay,
the
fine.
moms
All the
wanna
crunchy
know.
moms use coconut oil in the bedroom. Whew.
So if you are allergic to it, you should not be using it,
Yeah.
not even in the bedroom.
Doc and Chrissy
Nice.
talk about this in the bedroom.
Yes.
Sunday nights.
Yeah.
Yeah. This
Plug,
is true.
plug for that. But no, when I got my food allergies back after Jackson, we knew dairy was a kicker, but I ended up, 2 months postpartum because he was having so many gassy issues. We tested and it was dairy, and the coconut was just as high as my dairy. So would have never guessed that if I hadn't tested. So I brought the test home, and the first thing that Wesley said was, "What are we gonna do?" And of course, I'm like, "We'll just get new yogurt. We'll just not use coconut. We'll use avocado
You're
oil."
thinking substituting.
Yeah. And he's
Not
like,
in the bedroom.
"No, what are we gonna do?" And I was like,
Oh no. Hadn't even thought of that. You can count on the guys to think like that right away. Well, hi, Christy. I want to say hi to everybody online, and
Ooh, good call.
make sure that you guys are liking and sharing. Hopefully this information is helpful for you guys. And like, comment, share, and leave us a little emoji. I was actually asking Brianna, I'm like, what's a mom emoji? I don't know what a good mom emoji is, but if you're a mom, find a mom
Depends
emoji.
on the day.
Yeah.
That's true. One of my favorites
Could
is
be
the
wine
like
glasses, could
exploding
be
brain
amusement
one.
park.
the mind
Yeah,
blown.
That's a good mom one.
I feel
'cause,
like that's
just
definitely
life
a mom
sometime.
That's a constant.
Wine. I mean,
Wine.
I know that people say, "Don't be the moms that talk about drinking." I'm not talking about drinking wine consistently, but moms like wine.
Sounds like wine.
I feel like moms
takes
tend to
the
go
edge
to
off.
wine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or martinis, whatever.
There you
Depends on the day.
With organic vodka, of course.
Yes.
Yes.
Because we're real people.
Yeah.
And we don't live in a bubble. Not that you have to do that. That really came out really wrong. I didn't mean that you have to drink to not live in a bubble. I just mean that we're not perfect.
Are you promoting
Wait a
drinking
minute.
on the show?
Let's just listen to her. Let's just listen to her. Let's see what happens.
Just let her keep talking. What else, free? Go. Bedroom coconut oil chocolate.
I like chocolate.
Or
Chocolate's
good
a good mom
organic
one.
chocolate, not the
Shoes. Cute
Hershey's.
shoes.
Cute shoes.
Shoes.
Which, by
Made
the
out
way,
of vegan leather only.
This is probably not a
No.
conversation for being live as a mom, but we have an awesome event coming up on May 17th. What are you wearing? Because we need to dress up.
Oh, people are asking me that.
But that is an event, so feel free to find the link here. Brianna will post it there, but we would love to have you join us. Dr. Patrick has a book coming out that talks about everything from what? Renee, you know the book very well.
Yeah, no, it's kind of a all-encompassing approach to how we do things. So disagreeing with traditional paths that can only bring you so far, and how it takes a look at how people can feel being disagreeing, going counterculture. It actually sets people up with a ton of information to empower themselves to be able to say, I disagree, and to pursue other options that are not probably quite as mainstream.
Right.
But they get results.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I think for us, this isn't just a job. It's a lifestyle. We mean it when we say the Wellness Way lifestyle. It's not because they make me do this or whichever, but we're real moms, real issues, but we look at it differently. Right. So the book is obviously not about moms, but just taking into consideration, think differently. When I address my kids, when I look at family parties, when I look at discipline, when I look at food, when I look at just the Wellness Way lifestyle just kind of filters into everything that we do now as a family. I mean, I've been here for almost 10 years, so of you're getting there. It just ends up being a way of life, and people ask all different kinds of questions, and I grab my tool bag, which has a big logo on it, of course, and it's how would we address that at work, whether it's from personal development to crunchy scale to whatever that might be. And the event, that's why I love the events, and it's fun, and Doc's going to tell his story and do the hormones and different things, but I don't know where my life would be if I didn't know this stuff. Where I would be in my career, where it would be in my life, where I'd be in my marriage, where my kids would be, because it's
so much more than just following food allergies.
It's an entirely different perspective. Yeah,
So
I think
much
that's
more.
not at all what it is. Brian just said the other day, I don't remember what we were texting about, but he was like, your job is the best thing that's happened to us in the last 2 years. So, I mean, it's clearly so much more than just, you can't just come here and clock in and clock out.
Yeah.
That's not what it is, So
I think
it's
that was our
totally a
goal
way of
today,
life.
is to show people a little bit of what we do and who we are, and fire away and ask questions. So
Answer questions.
yeah,
You have to answer questions.
yeah.
You
All right.
should ask.
Shh. That's okay.
We said and say.
Let's go with this one. Can we talk about postpartum body odor?
Nope.
Postpartum
No,
body odor.
I'm just making that face because I'm like, okay, 7 years ago, 5 years ago. I might not be the best one for that one.
It's been
I
a
don't
while
know.
I guess you're probably the one with the youngest, right?
Are you calling me smelly?
No, I'm
I
calling
am.
you
Depends on
postpartum,
the day.
maybe?
I'm like, it's so applicable. Depends.
If it was a shower day or not. And all you moms know what we're talking about. You do not shower every day.
If it's the messy hair don't care day, or if it's just the
Like how much dry shampoo
hair
is
washing?
used?
dry shampoo.
Speaking of
no,
that,
cacao powder.
cacao
Yeah, what do
powder
you do
and arrowroot
if you have
powder.
dark hair? But yeah, what do you
And
do
it's
for the
brown.
browns?
Arrowroot.
Okay. And that's it, like just straight arrowroot powder. You don't need anything else.
You just take the bag.
But really, like you don't have like a little spray thingy.
Yeah, but use
sprinkle
use
it
like
in.
a
You
blush
could use
brush.
a shaker. You
Or
could
a
even use
shaker.
get a salt shaker or something like that. Cheap one from Dollar Store.
I've seen girls dip like a blush brush in there and just
Yeah,
part
and
their
just
hair
put it
and
on
then just
your
pat
roots.
it on.
I end up with dry hair, not greasy hair.
So you're the
Yeah.
you have the opposite.
Which is the opposite.
Yeah.
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 So you have the opposite problem.
But I know a lot of moms that love that. Bella does it. She's got greasy hair. Not,
So it's
Well,
arrowroot
it's the kid
powder
hormone
plus
thing.
Plus, you can use
Plus
it to
cacao
thicken
for
like
brown.
gravy.
Well,
Cacao for brown.
You
Yeah.
can do just
And roots.
cacao for brown hair. You don't have to do
Okay.
both of them,
You don't have
but
to do both.
no, just the cacao powder works really good because
and
it's
then you'll
brown.
smell like chocolate.
And then you smell like
Oh,
chocolate.
yeah. Unless
So
you're
that
allergic to
answers-
chocolate, like I am, then
Yeah.
you shouldn't do that
Right.
in
Right.
your hair.
But body odor, postpartum.
Body odor. Yeah, what's the cause? The stink is real, this person said. The stink is real.
What's the cause? I don't know. Hormones?
Probably hormones, something.
Food allergies?
A whole rebalancing of your system.
Rebalancing the system? Toxicity issues?
Sounds good.
Your deodorant broke? I don't know.
We don't guess.
we test. So find out why
we test here. How is it?
Not good, so
find
you
out why
probably
you
shouldn't do that.
stink. Come in. No. What did you do?
Nothing.
But really,
sassy.
natural deodorant doesn't always work, right? Or do you need to like
You
reapply
have a major
it?
detox. You got to go through the detox stuff, which
Yeah.
the best thing for that is the silver gel.
Silver
Yes,
gel.
silver
I've
by
heard
far.
so many good things about silver
But
gel.
even after that,
Yeah.
I struggle with natural deodorants just because of rashes and things like
The
that.
baking soda
okay.
can
Because
be
of the baking
irritating
soda,
too.
it bugs me.
Yep. So I put silver gel on first, and then I let that dry a little bit, and then I put on my
And then
natural
deodorant.
deodorant, and I have never had a problem ever since. It's the only time it's worked for me. And I know there's a million different brands out there, and everything
Yeah.
works different for everybody, but it is an option. I had another friend of mine do that, and it just completely got rid of any rash she was having underneath her armpits. Because it is, was that you?
you were the friend.
Remember Danny?
I had a friend.
I
I'm not gonna mention
Danny,
any names.
Danny, hers cleared right up. Yeah.
And Brandon used to smell.
I will tell you though,
I used to smell.
So much.
Brandon.
But I mean, that's where I heard it. Was he came in like,
You know you smell
you
bad when
heard-
someone sneaks a bottle of
Deodorant.
deodorant onto your desk.
I was being a concerned boss for the other employees in
concerned?
the room.
Yeah, for everyone else that
Everyone
works in
else.
that office.
Right.
She
So
knows
the
what I'm
stink-
talking about.
The stink is real. Get tested. We don't guess. We test. Try different things.
I will say, when I had 1 foot in and 1 foot out, a lot of years ago, in the I'm gonna be natural, I'm gonna not. I've got a wedding. I'm gonna wear Dove deodorant. I'm gonna behave today,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna wear my Schmidt's deodorant or
Yeah.
doTERRA or whatever it might be. It didn't. It. I had to like commit.
Yeah.
For the
Yeah,
deodorant.
it doesn't
yeah,
work as
yeah.
well when you go back and forth
No.
between them.
Okay.
No,
Like you can
because-
go between toothpaste. I was just talking to a friend about like charcoal toothpaste or whatever toothpaste.
Yeah.
Deodorant, you can't really do that.
Well, you can
but
go
I wanna
between
give deodorant a bad
naturals.
rap. I want to give natural. I want to set the story straight here for natural deodorant.
Set it straight.
That if
You
it's
a
not
spokesman
working,
now, or-
Yeah. For what brand
you
would
want to
you
open
recommend?
a deodorant company?
No.
It's just gonna be silver gel with deodorant.
What's our testing room look like? We'll just start handing out silver gel.
That's
Here you
not
go.
a company.
Then it just might not work because you're flipping back and forth, and you're not.
Right.
You're not giving your deodorant your
So
all.
you have to commit to it.
Well, and I've also got a girlfriend who swears by, like, every once in a while, like, where her natural stuff is kind of like, not working so great. Armpit detox. Like,
Yes.
diatomaceous earth on there and, like, let it
That's
just.
me. Just
Oh,
kidding.
yeah.
I'm not that friend.
What's what?
It's like a natural clay.
Diatomaceous earth.
Yeah. Or bentonite clay.
You
can go
guys
with the
all know what
bentonite
that
clay.
is, like,
too.
of course.
We'll use it for
Diatomaceous earth.
parasites too.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. Mhm.
Yeast stuff.
Yep.
Amazon.
What? I've never heard of any of those things.
I think the issue with natural deodorant is people expect it to work just like the regular stuff, and it doesn't, so they give up on it really soon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even,
Or
sweating.
they're flipping back and forth. That was me. And
Yeah.
Which is
and
why
then
it's
neither of
never
them
really
work.
given a chance to work, so
Sure,
you just
that
got to
makes
give it
sense.
time. It takes time.
And just plan it for 2 weeks when you're not leaving the house. So
Right.
that people don't have to smell
Start
you
in the
for
winter.
2 weeks.
what?
Start in the winter when it's
Too
not.
much.
long
She
is it?
smelled way longer than that.
Smell.
Well,
Sounds
maybe
like
that was a
you did.
non-shower day.
Moms do not shower every day.
I said
This
that
one does.
before.
She gets ready at
Are we gonna get into hygiene of each of us?
Well, she's just
I've
got, she's
just
got
like-
older kids. It's
I
different.
do. I can do it. I can
Yeah.
do
I
it.
feel like she
Right.
can do it. I can't. It doesn't
And
always
short hair.
work.
Super short hair. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
That's-
I tried
that's
growing it
how
out
I
a couple
answer.
times and
But then you have to
So
style
spoiled.
it when it's short too. You have to spend more time styling it. These ladies can
She
just
doesn't
wear it
spend that
down.
much time.
no.
You don't style your hair?
No.
So it just you just wake up like that? It just looks that good.
We don't
Usually
know.
I wake
because
up
every
and
every time we go anywhere, Kim and I get out of bed and Renee's like ready. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter if it's 5 a.m. or 10 a.m.
Hair,
we're
makeup,
like,
everything.
It's just you just look like that all the
lies.
time.
Truth.
Let's be real. What's
Maybe a
the
little
truth
truth.
except for
here?
that one time.
Yeah, a
we
little
stayed
bit
up
of
too late.
Mm-hmm. This is a lot of bit of truth. Me and Bree wake up, we're like, woo, what's up? Renee's like, hi guys. Ready?
You just look that great all the time.
But she's also looking for bacon and hash browns in the morning, so she gets ready.
Yeah.
And she wants her bacon and hash browns. Nitrate free
I
bacon.
have an agenda.
That's
I
your
have an agenda.
Is that you need
Like-
breakfast?
Uh-huh.
Coffee, bacon, and hash browns.
Coffee, bacon, hash browns.
And you have to look decent before you go out to do all that.
Well, I don't think we've ever really seen her leave to go anywhere without being all put together, so I think it's more of like a prepared tactic. I know Kim and Bree are going to wake up and be like, let's
so
go.
we're super, to bring this around,
It's just a
we're
different
super
approach.
conscious that she uses natural makeup because she wears it every day.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
There you go. Perfect.
There you go. Way to make it make sense.
I know.
To talk
That's
about.
what I'm here for.
Nice
to be
work.
the behaved one, to bring it all back around.
But we're all moms and we're all real. So, I mean, we know what you look like when you wake up. It's not perfect. It can't be perfect.
It's a little bit perfect.
I mean, we all expect a picture tomorrow of a nice selfie.
Morning selfie.
Maybe a morning selfie.
I'll reach out to Jeremy.
Morning
We'll
what?
get one.
There you go. We're talking not that.
What?
What?
I don't know what you're talking about in the morning, but we're talking about how we look.
I was talking about pictures.
Mhm.
Brushing your teeth, makeup.
Natural hygiene. Okay.
Yeah.
Infrared saunas.
Yeah,
Yay.
Yes, no, yay, nay,
absolutely.
Yay.
yay.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody asked me once, and maybe they're on the show, if you can do it while you're pregnant. I
Yes,
don't
that's
think
what
so.
I was gonna say. Can you do them when you're pregnant?
I don't know. I never did. I was so
Don't know.
roasting
Or-
all the time. It was the
or
last thing I wanted
breastfeeding?
to do. Oh, for
Can
sure.
you do it when you're breastfeeding?
Oh yeah, if you can find time.
Right. Can you do it while you're
Like, right?
breastfeeding?
No.
I don't know if
think
you
you
can
can
bring
do
a
baby
baby
in
in
there.
there.
Probably while you're pumping, maybe, if you're at work
Oh, yeah.
and you have a sauna. That would be convenient.
I've never used the sauna here.
Really?
I use the
Me
D bed,
neither.
not the sauna.
I stuck my kids
Never.
in it.
Me
D
neither.
bed.
Mhm.
That's what she said. Vitamin D bed.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what we have back here. And that is good.
Yeah.
It's like a natural tanning. Right.
With less radiation?
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
It's the where the ballast meets the bed. It's magnetic instead of electronic, and I did like a history report on it once,
Really?
many years ago.
Many, many years ago. All right. We do
History of
a
D-beds?
I was going to
history
say,
on vitamin
I was
D
going to
beds.
go with research.
That explains
but
her school experience.
I graduated with honors. Thank you very much.
It was a very good report.
Excellent.
I mean,
Great.
I had a newborn, but I still graduated with
Yeah,
honors.
I was waiting for you to say it because I thought it would be really odd if I was like, you graduated with honors and a newborn. I thought that would come off right, but-
Overachiever.
Yeah, overachiever. Just don't recommend that. But back to babies. Did you guys give your babies rice cereal? One of the questions we have is first foods around a year. How much, how often, and what?
Oh, gosh.
Avocado.
Avocado is a good first food. Did you do rice cereals
No.
for your babies?
Yes, I
did.
did with Bella.
Well, I
And
I
now
did
I'm
with
paying
my
for
kids
it.
because I didn't
I
know.
did too.
Yes.
They,
Yeah.
they were both head to toe. Eczema, rashes.
Oh, that's right. We
Uh-huh.
have your story
I
on
fed-
Facebook.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That would be really good to share.
yeah, hanging out with Ross. But yeah, Carter, the first food I gave him was carrots at 6 months because that's what they said to do. And he broke out, and all of a sudden he started screaming and super sensitive to touch. And I'm like, what is going on? And it was such a fine rash. It was really hard to see, but sure enough.
Sure enough, that's what
Sure
that was
enough,
from.
he was, yep.
That's what brought you here. How old was Carter?
It actually, we let it go to second grade because I kept going back to the pediatricians and everything because they literally, it looked like elephant skin that was like cracked and bleeding. Like he was so broken out. Yeah. And the pediatrician's like, oh, just use gentle soap. It's totally fine. Or here's a steroid cream. And I'm like, I don't want to put a
Right, not knowing.
steroid cream on a kid who's already like distracted in class, you know, because
Right.
I figured it's got to go somewhere and it can't be great. So yeah, just as we hit second grade and they wanted to put him on ADHD meds, and that week, because I'm like, okay, well, I don't know, I will at least listen to it. So I started going through, answering the questionnaires, looking at this 4-page thing that I don't know what kind of doc, if it was a psychiatrist or psychologist or what, gave me. But I'm like, based on this, everybody's got ADHD, and I was
Right.
just super frustrated.
Especially boys.
I've seen
right?
those.
Yeah. And the same week, they happened to be doing a talk here on kids on the spectrum that covered everything
Wow.
from like ADHD to autism. And
That's cool.
yeah, it was the first thing that made sense.
I feel like we hear that a lot too. And like once people really hear and understand why we think differently and understand some of those pieces, it kind of just all comes together and
It
that
does.
connection is made. Along those lines, Kristen says, my pediatrician said 5 months old to start solids anytime, but to start with rice cereal. I'm reading bad articles about arsenic in it.
What about organic oat flakes with my breast milk at 7 months? Unfortunately, we can't wait till a year. Wish we could. I'd wait.
Yeah.
Why,
I'd wait.
why wouldn't you be able to wait until a year?
Most moms will
What
say
are
that
some
because
of
they're
the-
not producing enough.
Okay.
So then I would say
So
your
you wanna
next best bet.
substitute-
Your next best bet is going to be donor milk, and then after that, homemade formulas.
Mm-hmm. We
if
have a
you're-
recipe for homemade.
Yeah, if you're nearing that 10, 11 month, and we've got to do some avocados, different stuff like that, but 7 is still.
Well,
still
that's
young.
early.
I
That's
just
early.
say it
I had
because
to do
I
both.
fed Belle way too early, and we are now at 12 years old still with multifactorial, of course, other things, but.
I had to do donor and a homemade recipe for.
And goat's
Sid.
milk you did for a
I had to
while?
do goat's
Yep.
milk for Sid because she had allergies to everything else. Don't get me wrong, spit up. It does not smell pretty at all, but she did really, really good with goat's milk. Really good. And then we got donor milk, and she did fantastic with it. So.
I remember being shocked hearing, like, the first time I heard Doc say, your digestive system is not ready
Yeah.
until a year.
Right.
And I'm like, you don't hear that anywhere, and he walked through the whole thing, and I'm like,
What's one thing you wish you knew? You were sort of crunchy-ish when you got pregnant.
Yeah.
You two weren't. I wasn't. First time.
It's not.
What's one thing you wish you knew?
for me, probably I wish I would have known more about the food and the impact and when to start it, because that's where everything started for me. Because like if I would have known that, giving him formula, because I had a NICU baby, and they're like, no, don't give him breast milk because they didn't want him to struggle to eat.
Oh no, and it's like the opposite.
Right. So
Yeah, they do
I
for
was just
sure,
like
NICU.
blown away. I'm like, oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, my kids got some breast milk, but like hardly any, and they're like, no, it's totally fine. Just give them bottles, and like, yep. And then it did not take long before they were both completely covered in rashes, and I was dealing with all kinds of other issues. So I think like starting right at the beginning.
You had rough pregnancies too.
Oh my word, yes, yeah. Oh my word, I had nightmares about being pregnant like the week after I had Carter.
Oh,
I had
no.
nightmares,
Was that
waking
bad?
up,
Like
sweating,
morning sickness, or what was
terrified
what was
that I was
bad?
pregnant again. It was everything.
Everything.
Every side effect in the book. I had
Heartburn, fatigue, morning sickness, everything.
I was exhausted. I was super sick. I would throw up like every hour on the hour. I would have carpal tunnel, like severely. It was literally, I was playing like mind over matter games with myself because it felt like my hands were on burners. And I would just lay on the couch going, your hand is not on the stove. Your hand is not on the stove. I had sciatic nerve stuff going on. I had like my teeth split. Like I got big gaps in my teeth that I tied back together myself. The whole thing.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of
idea.
moms that say, I hated being pregnant. I'm just not a good pregnant
Right.
person. But
Right.
speaking
Yeah.
from experience, if you would have known what you know now,
Well,
does
part
it
of-
kind of make you want to have another one?
No.
Yes.
No.
It makes me want to have another one because I'm
No,
like, I would do
100%.
so much stuff differently if I planned it.
Yeah,
I want to
I'm
have one. I want to have
curious.
one more baby so I can do it all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not really. What were you gonna say?
I'm just curious how it would have changed. I think my bigger impact is like I wish I would have known for my kids because I'm kind of like
Yes. Right.
I hated it. I'm not doing it again. But their impact was much longer lasting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Were you gonna ask something else?
I was
No.
just going to, I don't remember.
Okay.
I was gonna
He's still
say something.
breastfed. Let's see. Personal reasons.
Do you recommend non-dairy milk for a
Yeah.
15-month-old? We have transitioned from breast milk and currently using hemp milk.
Pediatrician recommended soy.
No.
No. Don't
No.
do soy.
No soy.
No.
Why not?
Well, if it's not organic soy, it's 100% likely, 99.9% likely that it's full of pesticides and it's GMO because that's all the soy is. So then we get the question, what if it's organic? Soy is a hormone disruptor. So it will create estrogen dominance. I mean, it can disrupt many other things, but that's the most common one. So yeah, soy is.
And that's
A
for
no-go.
everyone. I mean, it's a hormone
Unless it's
disruptor
fermented soy. We do low amounts of soy sauce, gluten-free
Right,
tamari
fermented,
sauce,
yeah.
organic,
We do too.
Mhm.
organic,
Sanjay tamari.
Yep.
organic
Sanjay
Sanjay tamari.
Sanjay tamari. That's
Yeah.
the brand name, right?
That's the
See,
brand name.
I mean,
that
I
it
know
is.
that. I don't
See?
know about hot sauce.
Yeah.
I know Sanjay
Pediatrician
tamari.
recommended soy milk. My food allergies were nursing pumping were dairy, coconut, rice, and almonds. So I'd stick with
Oh
hemp
no.
milk.
Yeah. So cashew.
Cashew.
Cashew would be
Bless you.
left. Thanks.
What?
There's a good quick tip on soy. Thanks, Brianna.
I say we have time for one more question, and we gotta
Yes.
go.
Yes.
But if you
that's-
guys
I was
like
looking
this,
for one more
comment.
question.
Like, share. I dragged these two on today.
I don't know if I'd say dragged.
I mean, I said, hey.
I was kind of fine.
I'm sick, coughing, like,
You haven't coughed yet.
because I've been holding it in.
Do you want us to mute the mic so you can cough
I
for
mean,
a
I
second?
would really appreciate it, but I guess I will make it through.
Let's make this next question
Okay,
nice and
so
long.
I texted them and they said, we can't wait to be on the show.
Not true. Not true. Really though, the last question I want to ask is postpartum depression, because we're talking babies,
Oof.
we're talking to moms, we're talking hormone disruptors.
Didn't we do a show on
testing
this?
for hormones. We have done one, but we've gotten it a few times now. I have it on my
Yeah.
list, and somebody live was asking the question too. So, where do you start if you see yourself or find yourself falling into that? And I know here in Wisconsin, at least, it's like miserable because it's 30 degrees and snowing, and it's April, and so some of it is seasonal. Get outside, get vitamin D. But where
The
do you
easiest
start?
answer is
Mhm.
find a support group, find a wellness by doctor, get your vitamin D levels tested
I was just
immediately.
gonna say
It
that.
takes 3 days to get
Yeah.
it back.
So could
if
it really
that.
be that simple? Just vitamin D?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
hell yeah.
work.
Really?
I work.
Beep.
Yes.
I work.
Wait, does that even? I guess it counts, but it wasn't.
Yes, absolutely. Because I noticed when I'm pregnant, my vitamin D levels take. Yes, I mean yes.
Did I miss it?
I think I missed something clearly. Oh, that's why the beep. Okay,
Oh.
just checking. I was like, did I say something wrong?
They can't keep up with us.
I thought I was getting beeped.
We
I
gotta
must
do
not
that.
realize it's
I
a
didn't think
swear
that was-
word.
Hey, real quick though, on a serious note,
just-
it can just be your vitamin D.
Mhm.
I work
Yeah.
here. I remember going to her and saying, I just cannot figure out what is going on with me. Like, I just don't feel like myself. I have no energy. Jason was waking me up in the morning. I couldn't even get out of bed by myself. And I was going to bed at like 8:30 with
Yeah,
my
she's
kids.
married to a wellness by doctor. We didn't say it. When we
Yes.
reference Jason, we mean
She
Dr.
is.
Jason.
Dr. Jason.
Dr. Jason.
Yeah.
But seriously, and I got it tested, and I was, 23,
It was
I think, or
obnoxious.
like she yelled at me,
like
of course.
crazy low.
Crazy low. But again, just because they tell you the range, it doesn't mean that that's, aren't you supposed to be like hundreds, like in the
Oh,
hundreds
like
or
I'm
something?
between 60 to 100.
60 to 100. Yeah, I
Even
was
up
like
to
20.
120, I think.
That's
is
the other
fine.
thing, though. If you go to like a non-wellness way doctor, they're going to say you're fine at a certain number. But really, what your body needs or what we know.
I was given
at
Zoloft.
wellness way, it's high.
My mom was
Zoloft
just in the
and
hospital.
Prozac. I think we talked about this,
Yeah.
on a different show, but
Yeah.
dealing with postpartum, it's everywhere now, and they shove it down your face. And I'm not saying it's not real; it's definitely real. But
Mhm.
they started me on. I had very mild. I would say it was probably more baby blues than postpartum
Mhm.
depression.
And that's
And
yeah,
they
that's
started
one
me
of
on
the shows we
something,
talked about
and
the difference.
side effects
Mhm.
from that were way worse than that. You know,
The actual
What you were
not
feeling.
not
condition.
If it's needed, it's needed. But there's so many other options.
Yeah, there are
Well,
so
if
many
it's needed,
options.
it's needed, but figure out why.
Exactly.
You know? So
Yeah.
if it's vitamin D or your hormones or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, hormones are probably a big thing postpartum, right? I mean, make sure that you're getting
Oh,
the
it's
hormones
fatigue,
tested.
it's exhaustion, it's hormones, it's vitamin D, it's
And to get them all
Even being
balanced
overwhelmed,
out.
you
yeah.
know? Yeah.
Yeah, it's exhausting being
Well,
a
look what your
mom.
body just went through too,
Mhm.
and then you got to go right into mom mode. It's not like you get a lot of downtime. So
Right. Excellent.
Mhm.
Cool.
awesome.
Well, I don't see any other questions on here, and I know there were a number of them that we didn't get to on my piece of paper here, but we'll save them for another show. And if you liked this, give us a green heart in the comments, and then we'll know that you loved it.
Ooh, acid reflux for a 5-month-old. PM me, I'll respond.
That's the person who was looking at doing rice cereal too.
Oh,
So maybe there's a little
Yeah.
bit more going on with,
Send us a
with baby
message.
colicky, and we did actually one of our first shows was on colic,
Yeah, so
and that was a good one
we'll
too.
tag that
so-
you in that comment, but still, if you have questions,
Yeah, send us messages.
Let
We're all available for any questions, and hopefully we'll be back. Well, we will be back next week.
can I say we behaved today?
We
did.
behaved.
We did.
We
really
did so good.
I was really prepared to censor some,
We stretched
Choice
her out a little
words.
before the show.
a lot before the show, but you behaved.
we
It
did.
was a
We
good job.
did good. We're being haved. So we'll
You're
see you
being
May
haved.
17th. Get registered.
Yeah,
Yes.
sign
Now.
up. Get your tickets.
Yes, get your tickets now. There's some VIP tickets available still, right?
Yeah,
Are there
not a
some
lot,
VIP?
but there's some. We'll
And then
all
you
be
can
there.
hang out. We're all going to be there. Yeah,
'Cause
that'll
they
be
all
really
wanna
fun at
see
the
us.
exchange. I'm sure they do. We'll all be
'Cause
dolled
we're
up,
fun.
not in our.
We'll
our
make sure to wear
our gear.
deodorant.
We're also
Yeah.
peas.
Yes. All right, we'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.